we're going to talk about the dark side of psychology. And we do that because we do social engineering. That's what we do. And we do it even when we mean not to do it. It's just kind of us. And I do mean us. We'll introduce ourselves as we go along. So the whole idea is that we have cookies. We'll prove that. Huh? Yes, you'll see. You'll go to the next slide. In here. So anyway, we're a small little research group of 2 people. And so we do work in the area of social engineering, cyber warfare, and I've always come from cyber warfare from a people perspective. A good example, why hack into the computer when I can hack into the people? The other thing we would do is, instead of trying to distill the information off the computer, in a group in a computer control room, just change the frequency of the refresh rate. Makes people sick. That's how I think. Okay? And they wonder why. No. So anyway, we get into a lot of things called cognitive biases, behavioral economics. All these are in the world of psychology, neuroscience, neurobiology. So we look at those things that are in your brain, in my brain, that we can take advantage of. Okay. So, who am I now? I am SA. I am retired, so keep off of my lawn. Okay? Could care less about the lawn. We have trees. That's all I care about is trees. Anyway, but I did about 35 years in DoD work, most of it top secret level. Did stuff for Navy SEALs, Marines, X-band radar, so missile defense, a whole lot of fun. Some days. Anyway, I'm also an adjunct professor of computer science at Athens State University. Been doing that for 20-something years. And before that, I was chairman of the department of a fully accredited private junior college. Which is kind of strange to find one of those. So anyway, so now we have fun. We don't have to do things that people want. We do things we want. So, Terry?
I'm Terry. I'm a former salesperson, grew up in sales, corporate training, and I did tech support with NASA and DoD, and I did have color in my hair before I did that job. Right now I'm a full-time owner of Hale Glass. I'm a glass artist full-time, and I teach. I teach at John C. Campbell Folk School, Tennessee Tech, private lessons, and I also travel to Ireland quite regularly and teach there at Essence of Morandi, so it's a fun job.
Someone has to do it. But anyway, so she'll be talking to you about how to make glass beads after this is over, like the one I'm wearing. Yeah. So anyway, okay. Okay. Cookies. Is this the slide that we get into the cookies? I have to look at my slides again. Yep. Okay. You all know about computer cookies, right? You know, you go to a website and they want to, you know, download cookies to you, and most of us go, okay, you know, because cookies are supposed to be just a key that unlocks that information that you allow that website to have. Now we can get fun. We can have fun with cookies, but if you're looking at them, they're supposed to just be a key. We do the same thing in psychology, in that we have cookies also. And we download those little cookies to your brain by way of talking, by way of interaction, by way of socializing with you. We know the cookies to download to you, so that the next time we see you, it's, hi, how you doing? Great to see you again. Fires up all their memory. Our little cookie's working. They know us, we know them. Now we can start getting more information out of that person. So, Because the whole thing here is that we're here to get information from you, okay? Okay, something else you want to add about that? So in social engineering, what we do is we look at covert emotional manipulations. Yeah, we're not here to be your friend. We're here to take advantage of you. Dark persuasion, and we'll talk about different types of persuasions. Yes, we're into mind control. We're into human mind games. We like deception. And we like brainwashing. All that is what a social engineer does. Those things we call people hackers. Now, the movie shows that we do it in 5 minutes. And then, in about 3 minutes later, they're on the computer. Okay, it don't work that way. To really do it right may take months or years to social engineer someone. Still faster and cheaper than trying to hack a computer. Okay. So let's look at some examples for the world of business psychology, in particular sales. Now, Terry kind of glossed over her background in sales. At age 12, you started selling in your mom's shoe store. But she didn't just show up, she studied how to do it. You know how dangerous she is? You know.
Even he doesn't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me give you an example. How many of y'all bought a car lately? We bought one just a few months ago. Great, wonderful salesman, so helpful. Then they move us over to the manager. What is his job? To sell us thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of add-on. Okay, now, what Terry bought was another Mini Cooper, 6-speed manual, easily 150 miles per hour.
I've never gotten it over 100 before.
Well, that's true. But anyway, I still have the marks in them. No. Anyway, he was telling us that because it's a manual, we're going to go through 3 clutches. And we're both looking at him and go, dude, see the grade? We grew up with manuals. I remember at 12, I was driving manual in my granddaddy's truck in Coleman. You know, yeah, we really did that. You know, Terry's about the same way. Driving a manual is just something you do. Now, another example of this was a young lady came into the dealership, not the one we bought, but this is the example, and she needed to lease a vehicle. And she was single, had a child, credit history not that great, and we can all blame her for making stupid decisions, you know. But the salesman, you know, said, look, I can't get you the $289 a month when I can get you a $309. And she's like, kind of, I need a car, so okay. Then his financial person came up and went, tell you what we can do. We can get her the $289, but what you've got to do is sell her this list of add-ons that will add up to something like $315 a month. You know? The salesman writing this article, when he went in and did the worst job he ever did in his life in sales, trying not to get her to buy any of this stuff. So I cleaned that up real well. And so, but she bought every single one of them. Every one of them. So her payments were $315 a month. Now, why did that happen? It happened because the customer liked the salesman. The customer trusted the salesman. The customer believed that the salesman had her best intention at heart. She was wrong on all three accounts. But why does that happen? You hear about it all the time. Give you another real life example that happened back in undergraduate school. Talking a long time ago. The young co-ed, cute, just real cute. She asked the guy to come over. He was handsome. He was a good-looking guy. She made him dinner in the dorm room. Now, this is back in the days where you could have a hot plate illegally in your dorm room because you're supposed to eat at the cafeteria. So every girl knew the way to a guy's heart was, I can make you dinner. Oh, I'm there. You know. The guy came, ate the dinner, left for a date with another girl. Now, she was heartbroken, you know, because she thought she had the evening with this guy. We had other words about what he was, but, you know. But why? She liked him. She trusted him. She believed that he had her best interests at heart. She was wrong. These are some of the tools that come right out of business psychology. Now, we'll talk about more. We got like 13 that we're going to cover that you're going to learn tonight. Now, okay, jump in anytime, please, because I forget something. Okay, now, why does this stuff work? Is it magic? No, it's not. Sorry to tell you that, okay, that it's not magic. It's basically because we are humans. We are Homo sapiens. We are effed up. In the world of cognitive biases, we have in our brains stuff that's been embedded in there for hundreds of thousands of years. We're still using that kind of a brain, an old brain, to live in a modern world. 95% of human history, we have lived in tribal units. This is about the size of a tribe. What's the oldest known city in the world?
Damascus.
Father, close. It's in the Damascus area, but it's a particular town. Yeah. Most people have a K on the end of it. But, that's exactly right. It's only 6,000 years old. So the rest of hundreds of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, we have lived in groups about this size. And that's it. We still think in tribal ways. I mean, think about day to day. Any Alabama fans here?
Not tonight.
Yeah.
We're all college educated.
That's right. I'm loving this. Exactly right. That is a perfect way to start dividing up tribes. Look at schools, football, you know, there's your tribe right there. Another tribe? We're all kind of geeks, okay? I mean, where else would you be at a technical conference? Okay? That separates you from the jocks. And, and now a lot of times you can belong to multiple groups, multiple tribes. But by understanding this area of us versus them, we can begin to part the ways and know who we can talk to, who we can gaslight, who we can deceive, brainwash, control. is knowing things about your tribe. How do you know that? How do you get to know that? You ask questions. That's a lot harder than you think, just talking to people. So anyway, what we look at is it's your mind, but our will. And that's what you want to get to. Okay. See, that slide just have 3 bullets on it, but here's the backup slide. Yeah, it goes forever. Okay. There's been numerous books now written, articles about the whole world of dark psychology. And it basically is looking at how to read and understand the nature of people wanting to prey upon other people. Yes, we can talk about some pretty bad people that way, your psychopaths or sociopaths, those kind of people. Normally, in a normal day-to-day interaction, when you talk with somebody, you're trying to help those people make a decision that is positive for them. But when the social engineer is present, I'm trying to help you make a decision that is good for me. Again, it takes a while to do that. Now, tonight what we're going to look at is that Terry and I have researched over 100 psychological tricks. Now, research is a fun way for us to say, experimented on unsuspected people, and then we made notes about it.
You seem like such a nice looking couple.
Yeah, thank you.
Those are the ones you always look out for.
That's right, you know. So, I've seen Terry take a poor car salesman apart. We were dating, Tuesday would be 30th anniversary for us. So we were dating, and she stopped wanting to look at a car. And she said, watch this. I did. It was like, holy crap, and I'm dating her? No.
He was afraid not to after that.
Yeah. She took this guy apart. Never said an unkind word. Never raised her voice. Just didn't do what the book said you're supposed to do as the customer. I swear, I thought that guy was going to give her the keys to that car. Just here, take it and leave. Go away. We would have too, but I'm slow, but ain't that slow, you know. So as we look at these techniques, we're interested in how do you use these? Where do you see these type of techniques? Commercials, internet ads, sales techniques, of course, how managers talk to people, how leaders talk to us. You know,
Election season from both sides.
yes, exactly, both sides. Co-workers. You can even see how these techniques are used by people you love and trust. We see it all the time with kids. One of the classic kids example is mom says no, so what do? Go see daddy. You know, of course, dad goes, what mom said? Well, she said it was okay if it's okay with you. Terry, is that what he said? No. Caught you. So anyway, the whole premise of social engineering is we are here to help you help us. Okay? I mean, one of the classics movies they were shown every year in computer security was, you know, situational awareness, which we'll talk about. But they would have this guy in a bar and a blonde, always had to be blonde, bombshell would come up. I mean, just gorgeous. And start talking to the engineer, the geek, with glasses, out loud, which I probably shouldn't have said it out loud. First thing I would do is call Terry because she needs a good laugh. I said the next thing I do is call the company security manager because, well, he needs a good laugh too. Because this just ain't gonna happen. One day we were doing some social engineering work and I asked a student of mine if she would be the lead for this. She was attractive, mother of three type. Expert marksman, black belt in karate, but just looked nice, approachable. Keyword, approachable. She shows up, dressed nicely, not showing anything, made her own badge saying who she worked for as a news person. Sit down, she said, which group do I need to go talk to? And I went, that group, over there. She did. Then we did an out briefing the next day and she told them everything they told her. When she walked up on stage, you saw them go, oh, shit. She was just nice to her. Asked intelligent questions. Never pushed. Got all the info she wanted. Okay? So we're going to talk about 13 tricks today. And what we want to look at in these tricks are, oh yeah, it's working, see? So, is when you start talking with somebody, and of course we're going to use the word target, but man, this works anywhere, whether you're at work, church, school, you pick a word, okay, that you've heard them use a couple of times, and you use that word. That's cool. I use that word a lot. Or cool. You start using that word, repeat the word that they said. You start using it when you're responding to them. Watch. If they start using that word more frequently, you're tuned into one another. Step one is getting tuned into each other. So now you're beginning to gain trust. Now, when you're doing this, nod and maintain eye contact. Okay, we'll talk more about eye contact in just a few minutes, but you understand eye contact is not that. Okay, nodding is not that. Another fun trick to try is try to say yes, a positive statement or a statement that should be a yes statement, and do this at the same time. You can do this and do a yes. You can't do this. You
Even
will
if you're
get
lying, people do it all the time when they're lying.
yes.
They'll say yes, but they'll be doing this.
Their behavior is in yes, and that's one of the FBI behavioral things.
That's because their brain knows it's a negative statement and it won't do this.
Right.
Yeah. So try the opposite. It's really, really hard to do. It's fun to do because it's, it's giggles, to do that. So let's go to the next one. Psychological studies have been done, and a person's name is music to their ears. Especially if you say it in a nice way, in a pleasant, respectful tone. People respond to that. One of the things Terry does that I've learned is when a wait staff comes up, she will use their name. Thank you. Name. You can see them perk up. My job is to take notes sometimes. So, but this works very, very well. It also reinforces the idea that you are in tune, that you have recognized and stated they are a person. They are human beings. They have worth. All big deals, especially with people in the service industry who normally doesn't hear that. Okay. One of the coolest tricks that has been used a lot. Any of y'all remember the old TV show called Maverick?
Oh, yeah.
It's in reruns now. It's black and white.
Mel
You know,
Gibson.
huh?
Mel Gibson.
And one other guy, he played Rockford Files also.
James Garner.
Yeah, James Garner.
James Garner, that's right.
Yeah. He would be sitting around talking, and you know it was BS that he was spreading, but he was doing it to set people up. He would use something like, my grandpappy always said, or my granddaddy taught me. People believe it. So if you want people to believe something, my daddy always told me, and I thought it was good advice. In the South, you really want to get people. My mama told me I got to do it this way. People believe it. They believe whatever you tell them next. Okay, why do you learn these tricks? Because these are the tricks that are used on us every day. Or if you're doing social engineering, you want to use on somebody else. You're in a crowd, group of people, you're at a bar. You're trying to find your target. You think people maybe are watching you, maybe they know what you're doing. Yawn. And then quickly look at the person you think is watching you. If they are intensely watching you, they will yawn too. Unless they're a psychopath. Then they won't.
Never heard that one.
Well, isn't that cool?
That's a good one.
Now, and if they are a psychopath, run. You know? But the other one that you can always do, if you think somebody's watching you intensely, is look at your watch. Of course, my response is, who has a watch nowadays? You know, I mean, a bracelet, you know. Only time I had a watch, not my cell phone, was when I went to classified labs. I had a pocket watch, you know, and that's what I had. But, so, if there's a big clock on the wall, that's a room clock, so that everybody can see the room, look up at the clock and then see if they look too. If they're intensely watching you, there's a good chance they'll look. Now,
Same as looking up.
yeah,
Just for long enough,
the
people
ceiling.
will want to look and see what you're looking at. Yep.
yeah, that's the old trick. You know, isn't that a wonderful trick? What you doing, counting tiles? Another cool one is you're carrying a box, and you know we're showing you exaggeration here. You're taking a box or several boxes, and you come up to somebody, you're talking to them. How you doing? You doing okay tonight? Everything? And you mind helping me take the top box? Bingo! People will take that box, and you continue. Thank you so much. Follow me into here. Now, if this was the target, I made first contact. We get to where we're going to drop the box off, so man, really, thank you so much. Bars downstairs, can I buy you a drink? Well, I don't drink liquor. What's wrong with you? No, that would be the wrong response. But you know, you go, okay, they have Cokes too, so you can tell I'm from the South. They have Cokes, you know. With that, think about how it different. Like when I go up and visit relatives in Ohio and Michigan and that area, they do not call them Cokes. Pop. Other parts of countries I've been in is soda. The best way that the Germans found somebody who had escaped, an American, who had escaped from a prison war camp was how?
Oh, I forget what they got talking about. Something.
have to talk to them. They could see them across a restaurant. How do Americans use a fork? Which hand?
No. Use the right hand.
Right hand. Europeans? Left. So we will switch, cut the meat, switch back to eat. Bingo, you're an American, you're under arrest. It was that simple. And that was so simple that they could teach the German citizens to look for it also. So you've got to know about those type idiosyncrasies. We have to know about them from different parts of different people from different countries. We live in Huntsville, we have lots of foreigners, which is way cool. And you sit in a restaurant and he'll hear multiple languages being spoke. Anyway, another thing we can try is called the touch. And let's try that. I'll hand you that. Can I use you as a volunteer? Sure. Okay. Now, in handshaking,
He
this
just
is
handed
not-
off the box too. You just said, come on, you'll be my volunteer.
That's right.
You just assumed.
I'm a willing mark. There we
Exactly. Okay, just normal shake.
go. All right.
Okay, normal shake, okay? Now, deviations from this normal shake. Show you some that are superiority. If we shook hands and I did it like this, so that put your hand back and I thrust this way, now you come, put your hand on top of it. I am spearing you. It's called the spear. It means I am the aggressor. Another one you'll see in famous political leaders, I'm going to make fun of you, he'll take your hand and pull you like that. I am the most powerful. I am the master. Believe it or not, shit works. You know?
And then, of course, you have the folks who want to squeeze too hard.
Well, yeah, but that's, yeah. Now, here's another one. Okay, ready?
All right, ready.
Here we go. Really glad to see you.
And then I'll bring it into you.
Yeah, now, I've covered your hand, I've gloved it. You're trapped. Bring yours over. You haven't had a trap. Who's trapped? See, and that's one. Another one is, let me teach you. Another aggressive one is up here or here. We don't think cooking for this man. Pick a cookie.
Oh, wow. All right, thank you.
I'll keep the cookies near me. But this whole idea of touching is an extremely powerful mechanism. Humans love to be touched. You know, they'll go, well, no, I'm not a touchy-feely person. We're not talking about touchy-feely. We're talking about being touched. Humans like that. Our cousins, chimpanzees and apes, they love it too. You know, and we see it all the time. So, but how we touch another person tells them something. You know, there's a really good movie to watch called Primary Colors. And it's a takeoff on the Clinton campaign. And they talk about this handshake. And this is from 90s?
Long time ago.
You know, a long time ago. But they talk about this, how he, you know, watch how he shakes that person's hand. You know, and they go right through it. It's all beautiful the way you do it. Salesmen do the same thing. You want to learn that technique also for meeting people. Now, the people on the female. Yeah, you're. Well, she's operating the camera. Okay? Now, how do you shake hands when you meet a guy? See, this is the way you do it nowadays. 40 years ago, it would be a little, you know, it would be something like that. Now, that's the holdover from 80, 70, 100 years of before, where the man would bring his hand up, you know, to kiss it like that. But you never, a woman is a delicate flower, you know? You shake like that, just like anybody else. You do the hand movements just like men do now. That's so different from what, even when I was growing up, high school, 72 is when I graduated, you were just beginning to see some females exhibit the behavior of equal, okay?
Still slightly more delicate handshake though than
Well,
men.
yeah,
Slightly.
slightly. A lot of that has to do with the female you may weigh 100 or so pounds less than you. And so it's not a, you know, because they're not being taught you're supposed to grab their hands like a vice and make them fall to their knees, you know. Remember those talks, you know, as a kid?
You want to get the lady a few?
Oh, I have.
We can't take these back to the hotel with us.
There are different flavors. Pick one.
One thing you become aware of if you work with a lot of people from other cultures is variance in how close together you stand to somebody you're talking to.
Yes, and that what is called personal space. Okay, I'll give you a good example. I once told a Marine colonel, basically he was wrong. And he went, well, no, I'm not. I go, yes, you are. Let's get in the car and we'll go right now and I'll prove it to you. Well, I don't have time. A couple hours later, I saw him disappear, come back, and during this, before he left, he was standing, he was 6'4", gut to gut with me. I mean, about that much space in between us, okay? And when he says, no, that's not happening that way, I went, gut to gut, yes it is, let's go see it right now. He came back about 2-3 hours later and went, thank you. I was right. I know I was right. But, you know, most people would back down and go, ooh, personal space, and they would back away, you know. And that's what people who step into your personal space want. They want you to back off. Because I dominate all that I stand. When you don't, you just call their bluff. Now, if they're a karate expert, you may want to rethink this. Yeah. Okay. Did we get all the? Yeah, we got all the touches. Another secret, and I know you'll go, well, wait, we've heard. Okay, yes, but you need to hear them over and over and practice them. Is when you're talking with somebody, you want to show that. That you trust and that you're in tune with them, is that you want to echo back to them what they said, paraphrasing it. You know, if they go, I like the color blue. You like blue.
Yeah, I really like the blue.
Okay.
How do you feel about the sky?
You know, it's a pretty shade of blue. You know, so what happens is you want to be careful and not regurgitate what they've just said, but to play off of what they said. One of the best ways to do this is to read about Rogerian theory. Rogers was the guy, and it was real popular. And what he basically did is he just mirrored back what the person said in a beautiful, loving, caring way, and they kept opening up like that. They wrote a computer program to do this back in the 70s and had people talk on them. They said that all the counselors were tied up, so you can use this terminal. This was back when you had terminals, not computers. And you could use the terminal to talk to one of them who is across campus, but he can't get here in time to meet with you. And people would. And when they got done, they then had a little survey. The survey ended with, yeah, I would like to talk to them again. It was a computer software program that was using this technique of mirroring and rephrasing what the person said. They felt good, they wanted to come back, have some more counseling sessions with that person.
And that's really important these days too, because people just want to be heard. You know, we don't have the FaceTime, we don't have the sit and have dinner time anymore. And to just be able to make a statement and have somebody hear you and you hear that they understood what you said and what you meant, it's just a good thing.
Yes, totally. And that FaceTime is missing a lot of things. I mean, yeah, I'm on Facebook a lot, and I'll poke my friends really bad, my little conservative friends. And last year, one of them called me out on it, and he said, do you just drop a bomb and then leave and watch what happens? I woke back and went, yes. It is what I do. I just watch them go crazy with each other. Going, oh, look, that's technique number 5, and there, you know. So, anyway, okay. So we talked about mirroring and be subtle about it. Your target will believe that you're in sync with one another. That, wow, we're really together. We understand one another. Now, if you're trying to make a caring and loving connection, yes. I'm not. You got information, I want it. Why do I want it? I can sell it and make money. You know, why do I want to make money? I'm retired. You know. Okay. So this goes along with what we've been kind of group talking about is make the target your center of attention. Ask leading questions. I mean, it can be weird things like, how long have you had a beard? How long have you had it? I've had a beard since '74. You know, grew one, liked it, said, keep this. You know, you ask leading questions. We see you every year here. It's wonderful to see you every year. You know, and to catch up and find out how things are going. Changed, you know. So, but that's it. That's how you start questions, how you start talking with people. Any idea about time?
About 15 is only you had to watch.
I know, you know.
There's not one on the wall to look at.
Wow, we gotta hurry. Okay, I want y'all to do something. I want you to turn to people. I want you to introduce yourself. I want you to see if you can see their eye color.
Hello.
Okay.
Get really close to someone picking right.
Yes, you do. You normally do. Now, the person in this slide has a particular type of eye abnormality called heterochromia. They have a national day every year. Terry, huh?
June 12th, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Terry is heterochromia. Her eyes are like that in the picture. So the thing is, yes, you want to start. Most of the time, even introducing each other's names, we don't look at each other. Start looking and see if you can pick up what color are their eyes. What other features do they have? You know. So you want to work on that. Now, go ahead. Let's see. We want to get to. Okay. I may have this on another slide, but I'm going to say it right now. In looking at somebody and talking to them, and you want to make eye contact, don't do this. You know, that is not what you want to do. So they teach you, look at their nose, tip of their nose. Forehead, only problem with forehead is forehead can give a signal you're done. Another trick is to look at the left eye, look at the right eye, look at the mouth. Look at the left eye. And you don't have to go. That's not
Oh,
subtle.
what a big face you have.
Yes, exactly. You also don't have to move your eyes at all. You don't want to be moving your eyes. You just refocus your eyes. So now you're focusing on the left, then you focus on the right, then you focus on the mouth. So, but you want to work on that. The focusing of your eyes gives a softness to you. It also shows that you are listening. That person is the greatest person in the world to talk to and to listen to. These are all the techniques that are being used.
But you have to temper the eye contact so that you don't look aggressive with it. It's kind of like when dogs look at one another, the first one to break the gaze is the subordinate. You've got to learn to do it carefully, glance away, then look back again, or make it look natural.
Right.
Don't just have a staring contest.
But by doing, yeah, like we were doing, you don't want to just, soft, look at their eyes, and again, I can see your whole face. I can see your whole face. I don't have to move my eyeballs to do that. I can refocus. So that works real well. Another key techniques to use, number 11, we'll get down to 13 very quickly, is laughter. People love laughing. People love to be in a group with everybody laughing. It's one of the great things that we do is laughter. Watch when people laugh in a group. If a joke is told and everybody's laughing, now you found your target. You've identified your target. Watch your target. Who do they look at when they start to laugh? That person is the person they trust the most. Now guess what you found? Secondary target. And you found the target that your primary target, trust. Get to know them. Inroad to this person. But it's all keyed on that second when people laugh, who they look at. Now, if they don't look at anybody, that tells you a bunch of stuff too. Okay. One of the things you want to do, how many of y'all like meeting new people? Yeah. Some of
people
us
suck.
a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I was telling Reggie earlier, one of my best assignments out in Dugway, I had a command post. I was the only one in it. Big window, 10 hours a day, nobody bugged me. That was great. Anyway, got to look out across the desert, seeing the people running away. I was inside the command post. And no matter how uncomfortable you are, practice talking to people. But practice as if you're comfortable at doing it. Two things will happen. One, you will develop confidence yourself and find out it gets easier to do. Secondly, your target will believe that what you're saying is true, meaningful, and they will trust you because you are confident. Okay? One of the things you always want to do is, and salespeople do this beautifully, is to offer options. But not 10 options, not what do you want to do. Maximum is 3, and it's either one of those 3s you can live with. Again, you're not doing this to help them, you're doing it to help you. So always give options and make it feel that they picked the right option. Way to go. Excellent option for you. I'm glad you thought of that.
That's the option I would have chosen.
No. Sales. Okay. Now, situation awareness. This is both an offensive and defensive tool. is to know what's happening around you. If there was a fire broke out right now, which door would you go for? Yeah, there or there, there. Most people are going to be getting up here. I'm going out that door right there. Bye. I'll take care. We'll unstack the bodies later. You know, always know what's happening. How many times have you been in a place and just had a bad vibe about it? Just don't feel right. And you go, I'm out of here. Okay? Learn that. I was in Mexico City one time, had half a day off, so I went down to the Natural Museum, I went to the zoo, and, you know, who cares if it's in Spanish? You know, an alligator is an alligator. You know, I can tell. You know, a canoe from 1500 is a canoe. You know, had a great time. It was getting dark, so I needed to get back to the hotel. So as I'm walking, I see a shortcut to my hotel, to this alley. And I go, no, trash bin's perfect hiding place. There's an alcove there, that's a hiding place. I spotted about 4. I took the long way. Did I see anything? No, except for that. That was enough. So understand your situation. Now, as you're watching people who think quickly but have sloppy handwriting tend to be the smartest. General rule, okay? The other thing is watch how your target treats service staff, like at a restaurant. You'll be surprised how demeaning a lot of people are toward service staff, you know, and they wonder why their food tastes funny. And we've had friends who work in a restaurant. We know what goes on in the kitchen. Be nice. But anyway, the thing is, you can tell a lot about your target's character by the way they treat thee. Okay? It tells you how they will treat subordinate people. It could be a leverage to get in. Watch people who are really good at 2 languages or more. They have a tendency to change personalities when they slip into the other language. We saw this just the other day.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. There's this little, we like Mexican food. So we, at this favorite Mexican restaurant, there was a table next to us. And you could tell when they slipped into Spanish, it was, yeah! And, you know, they were all having fun. Personality really lightened up. Now, how many people do you know who speak German? Watch them. They tend to get all serious, you know, get out of shape. It's like watching Cleon, you know, which is fun to watch anyway. But anyway, so what do you have, Terry?
Well, the one I like, people look more attractive when they talk about things that they're excited about or interested in. You know, if someone's up droning about something that they don't care about, they're going to look a little downtrodden. But if you've ever talked to someone about their passion, whether it's their job or hobby or whatever it might be, they're going to light up and they're going to hold themselves differently. So that's just a fun thing to look out for.
Exactly. So, again, as you're steering the conversation, you steer it toward what interests them. Hiking, moving, backpacking, computers, technology. Watch them get excited and start telling you more and opening up. And watch how you might even get closer and lean into each other as you talk. It's all tricks of the trade. Go ahead, not much.
Oh, and when you come upon people like in a group and you kind of feel like an outsider and you want to break into the conversation, look at the people's feet. If their feet turn away from you, even if they're facing you, they're blocking you away. Sometimes they'll even turn their body a bit. That's blocking you from the conversation. They're not accepting you into the group. But if their feet turn towards you, like welcoming you, that means that they're very open to you joining the group. That's really fun to watch in an office situation.
And it can help you when you're talking with people. whether you know you can stay and push, or you just think, hey, I just wanted to say hello, you know, catch y'all next time. And go away. They'll think, oh, he's respectful. Like that with somebody, you know. So, okay, next one. Should,
Who they're with. That would be
oh,
The
Yes.
the feet thing that you were talking about. I've found that if you're stand up, if you're talking with somebody and you're facing them off like this, if they're a total stranger, it's confrontation to be like this. But if I was going to stand and talk with you for a while, and I wanted you to feel like we were old friends, I'd turn my side to you like this,
Exactly.
and I would start talking with you like this. So we're kind of looking at things out here, and we're talking like old friends.
You're
And
on the same
particularly if a
side.
neighbor or a friend or somebody that they've known for years comes up and joins the conversation, I'll make sure that that friend is across from us,
Very
but you
good.
and I are shoulder to shoulder.
Yep.
excellent.
Very
Excellent
good.
way to do it. Excellent. Go ahead, let's go ahead, next slide.
Oh, next slide, okay.
Yeah. Basically, the key takeaway is the power of communication, how it works, how you can use it. It is an excellent weapon for social engineers. The other thing is positive leadership. A group will follow a leader. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean the person in charge. A lot of times in a group, the leader is the second or even third person in line. But you can learn that they're really the leader of that group. Next thing I think is where we find this stuff. But questions. Been great. We've been talking about them as we went along. In case you have anything else. The other thing is there's 3 kinds of cookies. There's web cookies, social engineering cookies, and our cookies. You have to take a cookie. Okay? And they're different flavors, so look at them, okay? So grab a cookie, come up and grab a cookie. Terry's going to be talking next about class. And if you want to get out of that so we can bring your stuff up. Thank y'all so much for coming. That's great.